A BAR man from the 2nd platoon watched them. Maybe 100 or so soldiers no more than 300 yards away, climbing a parallel peak. They were hopping along the ridgeline like jackrabbits, and he was so impressed with their agility and the sharp cut of their uniforms, hell, even their backpacks looked impossibly squared away, that he initially thought they might be some hotshot Marine outfit he didn't recognize. But when his squad reached the top of the ridge, they were stopped in their tracks by the disconcerting sight of a lone Chinese officer standing atop a giant boulder and dragging casually on a cigarette. At the Americans' approach, he flicked his butt in their direction, jumped from the rock, and disappeared over the reverse slope. The Marines had been too stunned by his presence to shoot him. When they reached the boulder, they found field telephone wires running down the cleft in the ridgeline. A couple of men unsheathed K-bar knives to cut the wires, and someone said, "The bastard's been watching us the whole time." From the top of the hill, the Marines of Fox Company could again see Dog Company, fighting for its life far to the west. Not a few men wondered what the hell was happening. Meanwhile, down in the creek bed, one of the wounded Marines cried for help. A Navy corpsman squatting next to Captain Zorn made a move to rise from the ditch, but the company's gunnery sergeant shouldered him back to the ground. Because of the Chinese machine gun fire, any attempt at rescue seemed futile. But Sergeant Peach decided to chance it. He scooped up the corpsman's medical kit and took off. Zorn and the few Marines behind him opened up with covering fire. Peach made the creek bed. The Americans near Zorn whooped with admiration. Peach was unlashing the medkit from his shoulder when he was stitched across the face by machine gun fire. The top of his skull seemed to lift off his head, as if pulled by invisible wires. Captain Zorn ordered a counterattack, and the remaining Chinese fled up the hill, leaving perhaps 50 of their dead strewn across the road. The rest of the day became a long, tense standoff, as the Marines and Chinese regulars attempted to outflank each other on the ridgelines. Sniper fire and the occasional pop of small mortar rounds echoed off the hills. Zorn radioed division and then ordered Fox Company to dig in for the night, as he and his staff laid plans for a dawn attack. But by sunrise the Chinese had vanished, and the Marines of Fox were left to wonder if this disappearance was permanent, or if they had just taken part in the opening salvo of World War III.